Hi, welcome to this episode of the Coach Thyna show. Now, what I'm about to share with you in this video is so important for every single lady. If you're a single lady, grab a chair for what we're talking about today. Now, number one thing I want to let you know is your single season is a gift to you. And this is what I continue telling the ladies we have on Hot Girls Global in the community and in our ministry, that your singleness is a gift from God to you. That's why when we are born into this world, we come as babies so that we can grow to become adults that can now choose their life partners. This means that God has a particular design that He wants every one of us to live through before we go into marriage. You shouldn't be too young to go into marriage, and of course, you shouldn't be too old. There is a time and a season for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:3 says that there is time for everything. So you want to be sure that you are aware of the time and the season you're currently in. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you how I enjoyed and had fun as a single lady, because it's so important. When you actually then go into marriage, it's a whole different season. So what would you be doing differently in your single season that you might not necessarily do in your marriage? Sit back down, I'm going to tell you. I met my husband when I was 23 years old, and people think that 23 years old is pretty young. Is he too young? Is he too old? Well, we're going to use the Bible's view of age. The Bible records that when Jesus was 12 years old, he was going into the temple to dine with the Pharisees, to learn with the Pharisees, to ask questions, that his mother was looking for him and she couldn't find him. 12 years old. And another thing that blew my mind was that he started his ministry at 30 up until 33. This means that in Christ there are no age limits to anything. You see destiny, you see living your best life. There is no age to it. So before I even met 24, my husband, I was making sure that I was enjoying my youth. So I will attend concerts, go for events, networking events. I attended business school. I was networking with everybody. I was a musician at the time, so I would go for events. I would, hit up one of my friends. Can you drop me off at this event? It's happening in Via, it's happening in Lekki, and we will go. We will have fun. That's back in Nigeria, and living that life of value, adding value, just made me grow mature earlier than some people who will be that same age, but they're waiting for everything to be handed over to them in the palm of their hands. So basically, that was my season of taking pictures. Oh, I took a lot of pictures. I wore a lot of fanny packs. I went out a lot of evenings. I would do my makeup over and over again every other day. I was single. I had the time. Now I only get my makeup done on Sundays because I have to go to church and then shoot for YouTube. So you can imagine that your life literally changes when you get married. That's why I made this video to encourage single girls. Don't be worried about will I ever get married. You will get married. And that's one beautiful thing. I've never seen through the Bible where any one woman came to Jesus to say, I want to get married. Jesus, pray for me. Not even asking for a child. The only time he recorded that a woman came to Jesus, it was the woman with the issue of blood. This means that hers was, a sickness. She needed healing. But you see, the natural things of life, getting married, having children, God has given us his word that none shall be barren in the land. This has to do with your work, your business, your marriage, your children. Everything will be fruitful. When he made Adam and Eve, he told them, go into the world and be fruitful. So I was fruitful in my singleness. I enjoyed every day of it. In fact, now I don't even go out as much anymore because I've enjoyed it. And that's why I'll be adding pictures and videos of my single season in this episode, so you can see how I was never worried that will I get married, because when you are usually worried about anything, that thing goes far away from you. Fear and faith are the same thing. One is just negative and one is positive. They have the same force. So the thing you fear the most will usually come upon you. That's why Job said in the Bible that the thing I feared the most has come upon me. But faith is also the positive part, where you're thinking about it, you're praying about it, you are dreaming about it, and it comes to pass in reality. That's the same thing as fear. That thing you fear, will any man see me and marry me? you will usually put it on top of your head because of your fear for that thing. So don't be afraid if you get married. Tell anyone who asks you when you're going to get married. Tell them Coach Jay said you will be married. Let me tell you one interesting thing that happened in 2019. Now, in 2019, one of my friends got married. I was older than her at the time, and her husband was asking me, so Justina, when are we going to come for your own wedding, my people? I said in 2 years' time. At that time, I was single like a bone of meat. No meat on me, just bone. I was that single. Yet, I said, oh, in 2 years' time. And truly, in 2 years' time, I had met my husband. Now, I said it randomly. Honestly, I didn't even plan. But usually, our faith will drag those things to us. So, in 2020, I met him, and in 2021, we got married. 2 years. So you don't want to cloud your mind with fear. Go out more if you want to go out. Make friends. Post on Instagram. Post on Facebook. Post on WhatsApp. Post on YouTube. Start that vlogging channel. Post. Put out yourself there. Throw yourself in the deep end. That's how you literally enjoy your single season. I was never drowning in my own fear of, will I be married? Will I have kids? All those things just happen, pam, because there's faith involved. And that's why we're here. We're not here because I'm saying you need marriage to fulfill destiny. No, Jesus was never married. So there are people who will not be married in this life, and that's okay. But there are some of you who you have crowned your life with, if I don't get married, something is wrong with me. That's a big lie. No. Nothing is wrong with you. There is just a time and there's a season for everything. So your single season is the season to go out, take pictures, dance on the road. Even now that I'm married, I dance on the road with my husband. He's literally filming me and we're dancing, we're having fun. Go out, go grocery shopping, window shop, the things you can't afford, enter those stores. Oh, my friends and I back in Lagos, we will go into Ikeja City Mall. We would walk into those malls. We literally didn't have money, but our transport fare. But we would enter with so much boldness. That's what your singleness does for you. Now that I'm married, I don't have that time to go to even any mall around me to window shop. So now is the time to window shop. Now is the time to take a lot of clothes, 10 clothes, 20 clothes, into the dressing room, try on everything, take pictures and leave their clothes there for them and go. This is the time. This is not the time to worry about anything, because truly I was planning that, oh, once I have a baby, I'm going to go to all my favorite stores. I'll wear their clothes. I'll take pictures. I'll return them. I've not done that, and I don't have that time for that. So there is time for everything. Never be consumed by your fear that you won't get married. Never be consumed by what is going on the internet, and never say that this kind of man must never talk to me. Don't be too materialistic that you miss the beautiful thing that God wants to send into your life. This is the time to make content. This is the time to add value. Let me tell you one beautiful thing. Money goes where value flows. And the day that I saw this line, money goes where value flows, it literally changed my mind to think, how can I add value? Because I know that if I add value, money will flow. So you want to add value. If you're broke, you can't be thinking of marriage, because you have to feed your children. So it's time for you to find value, so that your children will not be hungry, so that your landlord will not chase you out of the house, so that you won't be living a pressured life, so that you wake up and stand with pride and say, yes, I married in due season. You know what it means to marry in due season? The time that is ripe. You know, when a woman is pregnant, they tell her your due date is 9 months later and 2 more weeks, or 9 months later, 1 more week. Whatever they give you, you usually give birth around that due season. That's how it is with marriage. There's a due season in God's side, and He wants to send you there when you're ready. Not when everyone thinks you're ready, but when you are ready, when He sees you fit to be ready for that beautiful life. Don't pressure yourself. Enjoy every single season. Eat at your best restaurant. Have ice cream. Oh, I used to be the Ofada queen back in Lagos. My friends will be telling me of all the Ofada spots in Lagos. They'll be telling me of all the Amala spots in Lagos. And we will literally go, have fun, eat. And I was not pressured about any guy, not pressured about any man whatsoever. My vision and everything that mattered to me was clear. That's what you want to do for yourself. Go out. In fact, one time on my Instagram, I was a producer and I was producing music, right? So on my bio, you will see Lagos Cinderella, which was my producer name, and then you will see Ofada Mama, which was my nickname because all my friends knew that I was the queen and the monster to eat Ofada whenever there's a party or a wedding or a ceremony. So basically, I never was consumed by any fear whatsoever. I was so sure that God had good plans for me, still has good plans for me. That's the same thing you want to do for yourself. All right? I will see you in the next episode. Until then, remain beautiful, remain on fire for God, remain in love. Bye.